National League Central Division Baseball coming to you live from Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. The St. Louis Cardinals looking for the sweep of the Cincinnati Reds today on the road at Great American Ballpark, and a pitching matchup that is of interest. Carlos Martinez pitching for the Cardinals, but here's Trevor Bauer. Those are stats from the two teams he played with. Started the year with the Indians and was traded to the Reds. There's Dexter Fowler.
Leading off the afternoon for St. Louis, the right fielder.
Switch hitter bats from the left side.
Fowler.
Nope, that's inside.
And despite Trevor Bauer being one of the better pitchers in the modern era,
First pitch, 111.
he's the number 3 man on this Reds team entering the season. Popped up by Fowler. Barnhart gets under it and makes the catch. That's out number 1.
Batting second.
Look at the starting lineup now for the St. Louis Cardinals.
One.
And not a whole lot of offensive changes from last season. Of course, Tommy Edman playing left field. He came up in the middle of last season and broke out, but not a whole lot of new faces from this offseason. Here's Colton Wong. Strike 1. But Trevor Bauer, the number 3 in the Reds rotation behind Sonny Gray and ace Luis Castillo. There's the 0-1.
No, that's low.
Misses, counts even at 1. The Reds have a dangerous pitching staff, and the offense, especially with the addition of Nicholas Castellanos, is feared. Despite that, though, the Reds are 0-2 to start the season. Luis Castillo got the loss in Game 1, pitched 4 1/3 innings, gave up 5 earned runs on 6 hits.
Ball two.
Sonny Gray got a no decision
Two strikes.
yesterday, pitched 6 innings, gave up no earned runs. The loss was given to Michael Lorenzen, who pitched in the 8th and gave up 2 earned runs. 2-2 pitch from Trevor Bauer. Swing and a miss. Barnhart throws over to Votto. That completes the strikeout of Wong, and
Batting third.
now 2 outs. Here's
First baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
one of the most consistent hitters of our time, Paul Goldschmidt. 2 outs, base is empty for him, and he takes strike 1. He and his first base counterpart, Joey Votto, each very consistent hitting first baseman.
Down, 0-2.
Despite their talents, though, neither one of these first basemen, Votto or Goldschmidt, have won a World Series. And their playoff appearances have been limited as well. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That ends the inning. Cardinals go down 1-2-3 against Trevor Bauer going to the bottom of the first inning. It's the Cardinals 0 and the Reds coming to bat. Carlos Martinez on the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals. Didn't make any starts in 2019. He was dealing with some injuries over the last couple seasons. Was used as a closer as well in that time frame, but spring training performed well and earned himself a spot
For the Reds,
in the starting rotation.
center fielder, Jesse
He's the Cardinals' number 3 option now. There's Jesse Winker. First pitch to him is inside, ball 1. Winker in the series is 3 for 9. Swing and a miss.
But down 1-1.
Counts even at 1. He also has 1 run batted in and walked 1 time. These Reds down in the series 0-2 against the Cardinals. Lost on Thursday and yesterday. These two got an off day on Friday. Cardinals and Pirates at this moment are tied for first place in the NL Central with 2-0 records. The Pirates beat the Rays a couple times. And Game 3 of that series will be featured on MLB's virtual network. That game starts at 4:10 Eastern. Grounded to first. Goldschmidt can't make the play. That gets into the outfield. Fowler gets it in quickly, and let's just look at that again. I can't say for certain that's a routine play that Goldschmidt should make. And that will go down as a base hit for Jesse Winker. And here's Joey Votto standing in. One of the best pure hitters in the game of baseball, although his production has been declining with age. In the series, Votto is 1 for 8. First pitch from Martinez, that's a strike, 0-1. Votto, a Silver Slugger Award winner, also won some Gold Gloves at first base with the Reds. That pitch misses inside. He hasn't played for another team in Major League Baseball. He's a lifetime Cincinnati Red. Was a Triple Crown candidate, too, in the 2010 season. Him and Carlos Gonzalez were each flirting with that, but they stopped each other from winning it. In Triple Crown, when the player leads in average home runs and RBIs in his respective league, flying out to center, Harrison Bader makes the catch. Jesse Winker goes back to first base, and with one out, here's the starting lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. A couple new additions. Freddie Galvis there at shortstop, new addition to the Reds. He made the team after signing a minor league contract to Nicholas Castellanos and Mike Moustakas. Both prominent free agent signings, and they're helping to bolster this Reds lineup. Strike one called on Eugenio Suarez. A 49 home run hitter in the 2019 regular season. First pitch, or second pitch, that's outside. Now the count's even, 1-1 strike. But if you're wondering why Eugenio Suarez didn't lead the league in home runs last year, that's because Pete Alonso knocked out 50. We're living in home run happy times now. That's definitely for sure. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. That doesn't. It's not a swing by Suarez. Back to first base goes Winker. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. And that's foul. Counts even at 2. Jesse Winker on first. He singled to open up this bottom half of the inning, and then Joey Votto struck out. Now here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Suarez. Votto flew out to center. Suarez strikes out. And with 1 out, that'll bring up cleanup hitter Mike Moustakas. Started his career as a third baseman, but has been used in more versatile roles on the teams he's been on. Played second base regularly when he was on the Milwaukee Brewers. And now seems to be the everyday second baseman coming to the Reds. That fouled off, counts 0-2. And that also has something to do with Eugenio Suarez being the offensive producing third baseman that he is. That pitch misses, counts 1-2. But Moustakas, former Kansas City Royal, also World Series champion with the Royals. 1-2 pitch. Got him. 2 strikeouts for Carlos Martinez this half inning, and the Reds go away scoreless to end the first. No runs on a hit and 1 runner left on. Going to the second inning, St. Louis and Cincinnati. tied scoreless. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up for the Cardinals. It's Paul DeJong, Matt Carpenter, and Yadier Molina. Paul DeJong batting .375 to open up the season. He also has a home run. The only Cardinals player to hit a home run so far this season. 1-0 from Trevor Bauer. That's too high. Balls upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes on DeJong. Chopped and foul, and Bauer now has a strike in the count. 2 balls and a strike on DeJong. Plays shortstop, but is a versatile infielder. Takes strike 2. DeJong, 26 years of age, 2-2 pitch, fouled away. DeJong was a 4th-round draft pick of the St. Louis Cardinals in 2015 and made his debut in 2017. Strikes out swinging there. Trevor Bauer now with 3 strikeouts on his line score. First out of the 2nd inning. That'll bring up Matt Carpenter. Used to be the Cardinals' everyday first baseman with a sprinkle of playing time at 3rd base, but with the acquisition of Paul Goldschmidt, Carpenter staying in the lineup as a 3rd baseman consistently. Lacked some production last year, .226 average with 15 home runs and 46 RBIs in 129 games with the Cardinals. 2-0 pitch. Popped up and foul. Counts now 2-1. Carpenter was once a consistent contact hitter, but changed his approach to be more of a power threat. And that seemed to have caught up with him last season, with his production not being as it was in years past. In the series now, Carpenter is 0 for 5, and that's grounded into the shift, bobbled a bit by Moustakas. Throws to Votto, and Carpenter's still hitless on the season. And the shift got him there. That's 2 outs. There's Dave Bell, manager of the Reds. Moving up on his 2nd season now with the team. At least as the manager. Been aboard of the coaching staff for a bit longer. Now here's Yadier Molina standing in, 2 outs. Bases empty.
1-0.
And arguably one of the best defensive catchers in the history of baseball. Got a single last game. And in the series, 2 for 7. That pitch misses low. It's 2-0. Here comes the 2-0 pitch.
No, that's down.
Count is now 3-0 after that pitch misses low. Tommy Edman on deck. Cardinals yet to have a base runner, though it's still early. But Bauer pitching efficiently. 3-0 pitch. That's a strike. 3-1. Molina, now 37 years of age. Made his debut with the Cardinals in 2004. Was a 4th-round draft pick of the Cardinals in 2000. And has not played for another organization. And he's been around for a long time. Strikeout there. Trevor Bauer now has 4 strikeouts in his outing. This one ends the top of the 2nd. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the Cardinals. Going to the bottom of the 2nd inning, it's the Cardinals 0 and the Reds 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis.
The left fielder,
Bottom of the second inning coming around. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Reds. Nicholas Castellanos, Freddie Galvis, and Aristides Aquino. First pitch misses low to Nicholas Castellanos. That's ball one. Started his career with the Detroit Tigers, was traded in the middle of last season to the Chicago Cubs, and then signed a deal this offseason with another NL Central team in the Cincinnati Reds. Expected to play left field for the majority of his time here, although he is capable of playing right field, third base, and first base as well. Here's the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 count to start this at bat. Castellanos in the series is 4 for 7. And Martinez on the board now. 3-1 is the count. That misses low, ball 4. Reds get another leadoff base runner.
Batting fifth, not shortstop.
And it'll bring up switch hitting shortstop Freddie Galvis. Galvis, a new addition to this Reds team. Signed a minor league contract in the offseason, but was good enough to make the team. First pitch. It's outside, ball 1. Galvis started his career with the Philadelphia Phillies. Also played for the San Diego Padres for a brief time. That misses high. And the count's 2 balls, no strikes. Galvis in 2019 also played for the Toronto Blue Jays and takes a strike there. It counts 2-1. He was traded over here to the Reds in 2019, then became a free agent, got signed back.
That's ball 3. The count is 3-1.
And here he is the starting shortstop, both on opening day and now in Game 3 of this series. Aristides Aquino on deck. A favorable count to Freddie Galvis. On the ground, first base side, played by Goldschmidt to DeYoung. Over to the pitcher covering back to Goldschmidt. He was covering first, but Freddie Galvis grounds into the double play, and now the bases are empty, and that's the second out. Or rather, outs 1 and 2 recorded, to be more accurate. And here comes Aquino. In the regular season last year, batted .259 with 19 home runs and 47 RBIs in 56 games with the Reds. He made his debut in 2018, but only played in 1 game. But came up in 2019 and solidified himself in the lineup as a starting right fielder. Decent fielder as well. Arm strength is one of his strong suits on defense, but his offense has shined. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
The count is full.
That's outside. Count run full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and Tucker Barnhart, Cincinnati's catcher, is on deck. Here comes the 3-2.
No.
That misses inside, and Martinez issues his second walk of the inning.
Batting 8, the catcher, Tucker.
And that'll bring up Tucker Barnhart. .231 hitter with 11 home runs and 40 RBIs. 2019's regular season. And fouls that first pitch off, strike one. In this series, Barnhart is 2 for 7. And fouls that pitch off, that's strike two. The only two to homer in this series were Aquino from the Reds and DeYoung from the Cardinals. Grounded to short, played by DeYoung, flips to Wong covering second. Aquino's out, and that ends the bottom of the second inning. No runs on no hits in that half inning. 2 walks, however, and 1 runner left on base. Going to the third inning, it's St. Louis 0, Cincinnati 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Bottom of the order due up for the Cardinals, still hitless against Bauer. Tommy Edman and Harrison Bader and Carlos Martinez all scheduled to bat. Tommy Edman, by trade, is a shortstop. However, the Cardinals find his bat so necessary that they require him to play other positions. He's still versatile. Can play third base, can play right field. In this game, though, he's starting out in left. Fouls that pitch off, down in the count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. And he's also versatile on offense. He's a switch hitter. Here he's batting from the left side. That pitch misses inside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3. That was a called strike at the top of the zone. Trevor Bauer has now struck out 5 hitters.
The center fielder.
1 out, top of the third. Harrison Bader coming to the plate. And that misses, ball 1. Bader, a third-round draft pick in the 2015 amateur draft, and was picked by the Cardinals.
Nope, inside, ball 2.
His defense should be admired. He's a very quality defender in center field. Offensively in this series,
3-0 the count.
he's 2 for 8. And Bauer falls behind in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. Bauer hasn't let up a base runner to this point. 3-0 coming. That's a strike. 3 ball, 1 strike count now on Harrison Bader.
That's ball 4.
And that can't find the top of the zone. Harrison Bader works a 1-out walk, and the Cardinals have a base runner.
Batting 9, the pitcher, number 18, Carlos Martinez.
Bader very quick on first base. Last season with the Cardinals, stole 11 bases in 128 games. Martinez pulls back. Almost got hit. Sacrifice situation here for Martinez. Shows bunt, pulls back. Barnhart blocks it. Bader retreats to first. And now it's 2-0 on Martinez. That one's a strike, well enough for Martinez to bunt it. Votto thought about throwing to second there, but just takes the out. Martinez tagged out, 2 outs, top of the third. That goes down as a sacrifice. And now Bader in scoring position at second base, but 2 outs. Now for the top of the Cardinals order, Dexter Fowler comes up to bat. Switch hitter batting from the left side. 40th pitch coming from Trevor Bauer.
Ball.
And that just missed, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike. Ball 2.
That misses. Counts 2-0, and Trevor Bauer seeming to lack control here in the top of the third inning. Another 2-0 count. He's put a batter in. 2-0. Here it is. That finds his own. Counts 2-1. Fowler in this series is 1 for 7. Entering plays 1 for 8 though after his first at bat. Galvis plays, throws over to Votto. Fowler out at first. That ends the top of the third inning. No runs, no hits, 1 walk in the inning for the Cardinals. 1 runner left on base. Going to the bottom of the third. It's still scoreless here in Cincinnati. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 9-1-2 hitters. 2 up for the Reds. Trevor Bauer leading off, then back to the top of the order for Jesse Winker and Joey Votto. This is Bauer's first at bat of 2020. Was a 158 hitter last year with the Reds. Didn't bat too much with the Indians. It's because the Indians are an American League team, designated hitters over there. 2-1's the count. These pitchers so far almost matching each other pitch for pitch. Martinez has given up a hit. Bauer has not. And they're both in the 40 range now in the third inning. Pitching efficiently, throwing strikes. Haven't given up any runs yet. Strikeout there of Trevor Bauer. Martinez has now struck out 3.
The center fielder,
1 out.
number 33, Jesse Winker.
And with 1 out, here's Jesse Winker. Single to lead off the bottom of the first inning. So he is 1 for 1. That's a strike. Counts 0-1 on him. Winker now has 4 hits in this series with the Cardinals. 0-1 pitch. Up the middle. Played there by DeYoung. Throws to Goldschmidt, and Winker out at first. 2 outs, bottom of the third.
The first baseman, number 19, Joey Votto.
And here comes Joey Votto. Votto now 1 for 9 in the series. Flew out in the first inning. And no bat here with 2 outs in the bottom half of the third. That ripped well the other way. Going back Edman, and he's not going to get there. That'll get to the wall. Votto on his way to second. Edman goes to DeYoung, and Votto satisfied with a double, his first of the season. And he's in scoring position now with 2 outs. And the heart of the order coming up for the Reds. Here's Eugenio Suarez, 0 for 1. It hits that pitch well to left field. Edman will make the catch. And that ends the bottom of the third inning. Cincinnati gets no runs on a hit and leaves 1 runner on second base. Through 3 full innings, it's St. Louis 0 and Cincinnati 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. Brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 2-3-4 hitters due up for the Cardinals to start this half inning. Colton Wong, Paul Goldschmidt, and Paul DeYoung all scheduled to bat. The Cardinals lead this series 2-0. This is game 3 and the final game of this series. St. Louis won the first game 5-3. Colton Wong, who's batting now, was a part of the run production. He had an RBI in that game. And then yesterday, 2-1 was the score. It was quite a pitcher's duel at that between Sonny Gray for the Reds and Dakota Hudson for the Cardinals. But Ray pitched 6 innings yesterday and gave up no earned runs on 3 hits. Got a no decision because the Cardinals, who were trailing by a run in the 8th, got 2 and ended up winning the game 2-1. There's Paul Goldschmidt. Colton Wong just walked. He's on first. That's the second base runner now. Trevor Bauer is let up. 1-0 pitch. That's a strike count, even 1 ball and 1 strike. Goldschmidt 0 for 1 to start the afternoon here in Cincinnati. And he's hitless now to start the season. 0 for 9 now. Swing and a miss, counts 1 and 2.
2 strikes. Ball, that's out.
He's 1 for 10 for on base percentage. He has a walk in this series. But that's it. 2-2 pitch. That's inside, and the count run full 3 and 2. Admirable discipline from the Cardinals in these last 2 innings. Swing and a miss there, though. Paul Goldschmidt down on strikes. Trevor Bauer now has 6 strikeouts. And that's that strikeout a good time to bring up this tops pitch speed comparison. And these two in the high 90s in this game. Yeah, base runners haven't been on too often. A couple of quality starters, and more meaningful here for Carlos Martinez, who's back in the rotation after being in the bullpen the last couple seasons because he's been working back from injury. Paul DeYoung at the plate. Here's the second pitch of the at-bats, and that was chased. Counts no balls and 2 strikes. That pitch, that misses low. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2. Here it comes. That just misses. Counts even 2 and 2. And this discipline from Cardinals hitters has spiked Trevor Bauer's pitch count. He's close to 60 pitches now in 3 1/3 innings. That's a called strike. 7 strikeouts now for Trevor Bauer within 4 full innings pitched. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Here's Matt Carpenter. That's too high, ball 1. Right now the Cardinals and Pirates early in the season tied for first place in the NL Central with 2-0 records.
Outside, that's a ball.
Subsequently, the Reds in last place with an 0-2 record to start the season. The Pirates, however, are in an interleague series right now
That ball went out.
with the Tampa Bay Rays. And the Pirates have beaten the Rays in 2 games. Game 3 of that series, the final game of the series, will be broadcast here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. That game scheduled to start at 4:10. Hit to center field. Chasing Winker back. He'll have to play that off the wall. Rounding third and coming around to score for the Cardinals.
The catcher, number 4, Yadier Molina.
RBI double there for Matt Carpenter. And Yadier Molina takes ball 1. Struck out in the second inning. Colton Wong led the inning off with a walk. He scored. That was the first hit given up by Trevor Bauer, and
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
it's devastating because the Cardinals strike first in this game. 1 ball, 2 strike count now on Molina. Bauer still at 7 strikeouts. That is strike and ball ratio favored toward the balls he's thrown, pitches he's thrown out of the zone. Strikes Molina out there. Throw from Barnhart to Votto completes the strikeout of Molina. That's 8 now for Trevor Bauer. But Matt Carpenter, big 2-out double, scores Colton Wong from first base, and through 3.5 innings, Cardinals lead it 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis, 4-5-6 due up for the Reds. Mike Moustakas, Nicholas Castellanos, and Freddie Galvis all scheduled to bat this half inning. And that misses inside. That's ball 1. Moustakas 0 for 1 against Martinez so far. Swings and misses, counts even at 1. The Reds just lost the lead in the top of the 4th inning. Colton Wong walked to lead off the inning. Bauer got 2 strikeouts after that. Then Matt Carpenter with 2 outs hit a double that scored Colton Wong from first. And now the Cardinals have the lead. Bauer's all 3 outs he got in that inning were strikeouts. Bauer now has 8 strikeouts on his line score through 4 full innings. Two-two pitch, here it comes. In that last half inning, though, Bauer a bit off balance with his ball-to-strike ratio. He threw 14 balls and 10 strikes that last half inning. 3-2 pitch to Moustakas, fouled off. And the at-bat extended a bit further. Count still full 3-2. Fouled away, count still full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Reached out for it. Catch made by Paul Goldschmidt. 1 out. And that'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Nicholas Castellanos. Nicholas Castellanos, he walked in his first at bat. Still having a tremendous series. He's 4 for 7. Counts quickly 0-2 on him. Castellanos broke out with the Detroit Tigers, was traded at the deadline last season to the Chicago Cubs, and has signed a deal in the offseason now with the Reds. So this will be his first season in Cincinnati. The NL Central quite up for grabs as well. That pitch hit in the right field, base hit for Nicholas Castellanos. Fowler will get it in quickly, but I mean, really, other than the Pirates right now, who are 2-0, but Pirates spent the least amount of money this offseason and not very high expectations for them. But as for the Reds, the Cubs, the Cardinals, and the Brewers, this division very much up for grab. The Cardinals are the reigning NL Central champions from 2019, but the Brewers won the division in 2018, the Cubs in 17 and 16, the Cardinals in 15. This has been a division up for grabs, a very competitive division over the last decade. Grounded to second, Wong to DeYoung, back to Goldschmidt. Freddie Galvis is now grounded into 2 double plays. This one ends the 4th inning. No runs on a hit, nobody left on base. Going to the 5th. Cardinals 1 and the Reds 0.
Leading off for the Cardinals, the left fielder.
You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 7-8-9 due up for the Cardinals to start the 5th inning. Tommy Edman to lead off. It'll be Edman, Bader, and then the pitcher's spot, Martinez, scheduled to bat. 2 balls, no strikes. Trevor Bauer gave up a run last inning. Also, while giving up his first hit, it was an RBI double given up to Matt Carpenter. And Bauer lacking control. has now given up walks
Up next for the Cardinals,
in the last 3 innings.
Harrison.
Gave up one in the third, gave up one in the fourth that came around to score, and now leadoff walk here in the fifth. Harrison Bader to bat. He was the batter to walk in the third inning. You see it there. Nobody out. Edman on first base. First pitch from Bauer. That's outside. That's now 5 straight pitches out of the zone to begin the 5th inning. Bauer has struck out 8 to this point, but now lacking control. He had a 14-10 ball strike ratio last inning.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And throws the first strike of this half inning. 1-1's the count. That finds the top of the zone, and now he's ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes against Cardinals outfielder Harrison Bader. Edman on first base. 1-2 pitch. On the ground and foul. Count still 1-2. The Reds have a few hits in this game. Haven't scored yet. And ironically, the Cardinals' first hit was an RBI base hit. 2-2's the count. Bauer's pitch. That pitch misses outside. Count run full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With a full count situation like this, it's possible that Edman might run. He stays put. And that pitch fouled off. Count still full 3-2. And Bauer now working his way up toward 80 pitches. Yeah, checks on Edman over there at first base. He's safe. Here comes the 3-2. That is fouled off. Doesn't swing at that one. That's ball 4. Trevor Bauer has now walked 2 batters to start this inning, and that's going to yield a mound visit from the dugout. So nobody out. Carlos Martinez comes to bat. He successfully executed a sacrifice bunt his first time around and is in the same situation. Bunts it to third. Played by Suarez. Throws it over to second, and Moustakas able to put that ball in transition, and the double play turned. A sacrifice bunt attempt gone horribly wrong. Suarez, Moustakas, Votto, double play. Meanwhile, Edman goes from second to third. And the top of the order coming up now for the Cardinals. It's Dexter Fowler. Hitless in 2 at-bats against Bauer. First pitch with 2 outs, strike. 0-1. Fowler now 4 for 10 against Bauer in his career. Check swing is unsuccessful by Fowler. He's quickly down in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. That's in the dirt, but a swing and a miss. Barnhart to Votto completes the strikeout of Fowler, and that's the 9th strikeout by Trevor Bauer through 5 innings pitched on the mound. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's St. Louis 1 and Cincinnati 0. Hi, Heidi Watney. One of our sideline reporters that hasn't had a working microphone yet this year, so we apologize for that. I'm certain she's giving us some information relevant to this game, and it's very good reporting, but we just don't have a microphone that works yet. Aristides Aquino comes up to the plate. He walked in his first plate appearance. facing Carlos Martinez for the second time. Martinez enters this half inning with 60 pitches thrown. And he will have 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Reds. It's Aquino, then Tucker Barnhart, and then the pitcher spot for Trevor Bauer. And the St. Louis bullpen is active. Genesis Cabrera and Alex Reyes warming up for the Redbirds. 1-0 pitch, here it comes. That's outside, and a hitter's count now to Aquino. 2 balls, no strikes.
That's ball 3.
That can't find the zone either.
3 balls, no strikes.
And Aquino ahead in the count. 3 balls, no strikes. Pitch from Martinez. Too far outside. Ball 4, and Aquino works a leadoff walk. And now he represents the tying run on base. Tucker Barnhart comes up to the plate. Barnhart 0 for 1 to start the afternoon. It's now 2 for 9 in this series against the Cardinals. The Reds down 0-2 in this series. Cardinals in a position to earn a sweep. 2 ball, no strike count now on Barnhart. And Martinez hasn't thrown a strike this half inning. In the air, softly hit left field. Edman makes the play. Aquino will have to go back to first base. And that's 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And with 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning, here's Trevor Bauer. 0 for 1, but batting here in a sacrifice situation. And he will show bunt. Gets it down, first base side. Goldschmidt will play it on the line. Flip to Martinez. Steps on first base, 2 out. Sacrifice bunt successful by Trevor Bauer. Advancing to second on the play is Aquinos. Back at the top of the order now for Jesse Winker. He singled in the first inning against Martinez. One of the few hits from the Reds in this game. Takes ball 1 outside. Tying run in scoring position at second base. And in this series, Winker is .500 batting with runners in scoring position. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Inside, hitters count now 2 balls and no strikes. And the next hitter is coming up for the Reds. Are not going to get easier. 2-0 pitch, popped up and foul. 2-1. Votto on deck, and then Eugenio Suarez is in the hole for the Reds. 2-1 pitch. That's down low, counts 3 balls and a strike. Martinez working himself into trouble, but the Reds right now in a good position. 3-1, here it is. Strike 2 finds the top of the zone. Count run full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Aquino on second base. He walked to lead off this inning and was advanced to second on a sac bunt by Trevor Bauer. Here comes the full count pitch. That misses inside. That's a ball. And a walk issued to Jesse Winker from Carlos Martinez. Genesis Cabrera and Alex Reyes in the bullpen for the Cardinals. And this is a crucial spot for the Reds with the heart of the order coming up. Here's Joey Votto. He hit a 2-out double in the 3rd inning, 1 for 2 in the game. And 1 for 2 against Martinez. 1-0 count on Joey Votto. 4 for 29 now lifetime against Martinez. The 1-0 pitch, that misses high. And now the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The Cardinals scored in the top of the fourth inning, thanks to a leadoff walk by Colton Wong and then a two-out double by Matt Carpenter that scored Wong from first base. That hits a right field. That has the distance. And that stays fair. Joey Votto, 3-run home run. It's a 3-1 Reds lead here in the fifth inning. Carlos Martinez will stay in the game.
Now back, the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez.
But Joey Votto coming through in the clutch with that 2-out, 3-run home run. First pitch to Suarez. That misses low, ball one. But the two walks that Martinez issued come back to haunt him. 1-1's the count. Walked Aquino, walked Winker, and then got burned by Votto. 1-1 pitch. That's low, counts 2 balls and a strike. Reds making a push to avoid being swept by the Cardinals in this 3-game series. Cardinals won the first 2 games. But the Reds now lead in the bottom of the fifth inning of Game 3. 2-2 pitch. On the ground right side. That gets through the infield, base hit for Eugenio Suarez. Fowler throws into Wong. And this inning not quite over yet.
Now batting, the second baseman, Mike.
And that's going to do it for Carlos Martinez.
Now pitching for the Cardinals,
Suarez on first is still his responsibility, but here's Genesis Cabrera making his first appearance with the Cardinals this season. Those are his statistics from 2019. And he's got a lefty and a righty and a switch hitter all scheduled to bat. And the only reason why I mentioned those 3 hitters is because of the new rule in Major League Baseball where a pitcher is required to either end the inning or pitch to 3 batters before being replaced in a half inning. Counts 1-1. Cardinals banking on him getting this final out at the bottom of the fifth inning. 1-2's the count.
1-2.
This is the 7th hitter of the inning for the Reds. 1-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Carpenter calls it. Catch made. Half inning over. But Joey Votto, a hero at the moment. 2 walks and then this blast have given the Reds a 3-1 lead going into the 6th inning. There's Heidi Watney again. Her microphone still doesn't work, which is quite a shame, because there's some insight she could probably be giving that I couldn't possibly give to you. She's down there on the field. I'm up here in an undisclosed booth in Cincinnati. But anyway, we're going to the 6th inning. The Reds just took the lead after Joey Votto hit a 3-run home run.
leading off the St. Louis, the second baseman.
And here comes Colton Wong. He will lead off the 6th inning. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Cardinals. It's Colton Wong, then Paul Goldschmidt, then Paul DeYoung. In his last plate appearance, Colton Wong walked and then later scored on the Matt Carpenter RBI double. That's been the Cardinals' lone run to this point. Facing Trevor Bauer, who has 9 strikeouts on his line score entering inning 6. Wong pops that pitch up to left field, played by Castellanos. 1 out, starts the top of the 6th inning.
Up next for the Cardinals.
Bauer could possibly be nearing the end of his start at 85 pitches coming into the 6th, and here comes Paul Goldschmidt. Twice has been a strikeout victim of Bauer. Here's the first pitch. That misses low, counts ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Goldschmidt, a longtime Arizona Diamondback before being traded to the Cardinals in the 2017-18 offseason. His average wasn't
2-0.
as good as in years past, but still hit 34 home runs and had a significant amount of RBIs. 2-0 pitch. Hit well and foul, counts 2-1. Also played a large role in the series with the Braves that the Cardinals won, the division series in the postseason. Grounded to short, played by Freddie Galvis. Throws to Joey Votto. And that's the first out.
The bat, number 11. Short Paul DeYoung.
And now with 2 outs, here's Paul DeYoung. Colton Wong started this inning off by flying out to left, and then Paul Goldschmidt just grounded out to shortstop. That's outside, ball 1. DeYoung went 2 for 4 with a home run yesterday. Now 0 for 2 in this game. Lines that pitch into left field, and that's going to fall base hit. Picked up by Winker. DeYoung's going to try to stretch it. Throw by Winker right into Mike Moustakas, who applies the tag. DeYoung is out trying to extend that base hit to a double. And that ends the 6th, the top of the 6th. Cardinals get no runs on a hit, but no runners left on base. Going to the bottom half of the inning, it's the Reds 3 and the Cardinals 0. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Here is Nicholas Castellanos. Genesis Cabrera pitching now for the 2nd inning in a row. He came in to replace Carlos Martinez, who could not pitch out of the 5th inning, and Martinez was the one that gave up that 3-run home run to Joey Votto. So now the scoreline is officially done on Martinez. Martinez went 4 2/3 innings and gave up 3 earned runs. And 2 of those 3 runs in that last inning were as a result of walks that Martinez issued. First strikeout for Genesis Cabrera. Castellanos goes down swinging. That's the first out of the bottom of the 6th. The Cardinals right now have a 2-0 lead in this 3-game series with the Reds. This is game 3 of the 3-game series. Cardinals right now at the top of the NL Central, tied with the Pirates with 2-0 records. They're still very early in the season. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's inside, counts 2-0. Pirates and Rays playing each other at Tampa Bay. That game's scheduled to start at 4:10 Eastern here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. Tyler Glasnow getting the start against his former team, the Pirates. Molina runs that down. Catch made. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 44.
That's game 3, though. Rays and Pirates. Game 3 of a 3-game series. That will impact the Cardinals through one series to start the year. The Cardinals can't come back. They'll fall to 2-1, and then the Pirates have an opportunity to secure first place after one series of play. 2-ball, no-strike pitch. Here it comes. That's foul. Aquino at the plate. He's walked in 2 plate appearances in this game. Fouls that pitch off, counts even 2-2. But the Pirates routed the Rays 20-8 in Game 1 back on Thursday. And then yesterday, the Pirates came back in the 8th inning after Gregory Polanco hit a home run, and Pirates won 3-2. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Aquino strikes out. Cabrera strikes out 2 in that half inning. And after 6 full innings of play, it's the Reds 3 and the Cardinals 1. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 5-6-7 hitters due up for the Cardinals, who trail by 2 runs. Matt Carpenter, Yadier Molina, and Tommy Edman all scheduled to bat. And Trevor Bauer coming out for his 7th inning. Barnhart plays it off the plate. Throws to Joey Votto, and on one pitch, Matt Carpenter out to start the 7th inning. Trevor Bauer holding at 9 strikeouts right now. Walks bit him in the 3rd, 4th, and in the 3rd and 4th innings.
Ball 1. Ball 1, no strike.
And he gave up a run due to a walk he issued to Colton Wong, and then Matt Carpenter doubled home Wong with 2 outs earlier in the game.
2 balls, no strike.
Only 1 run for the Cardinals coming into inning 7. On the ground left side, played by Galvis. Throws to Votto, 2 outs. Here in inning number 7.
Up next for the Cardinals, the left fielder, Tommy Edman.
Tommy Edman coming to the plate. Walked in the 5th inning. One for 2 in 2 plate appearances, but hitless in 1 official at bat. Now he's got a hit. 1 for 2 in the ball game. And extends the inning a bit further with 2 outs.
Now batting, the center fielder, Harrison.
There's Trevor Bauer's score line right as of right now. And he'll remain in the game, but the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Harrison Bader. Outside, ball 1. Bader's walked a couple times in 2 plate appearances. Here comes the 1-0 pitch.
Ball 2.
Counts 2 balls and no strikes, and pretty even distribution of pitches outside the zone versus in it. 48 balls thrown by Bauer and 50 strikes. Edman safely back to first base. He's walked a decent amount of hitters in this game. That pitch misses outside, counts 3-0. Pitcher spot on deck for the Cardinals. Tyler O'Neill amongst some other bats on the bench for St. Louis. Bauer gets on the board in this at-bat. Count now 3 balls and a strike on the Cardinals center fielder. Edman on first base. He singled with 2 outs. And the 3-1 to Bader is fouled off. Now the count run full, and Edman will be running on the pitch. Pickoff attempt. Edman got an extra step over there at first base, but he gets back in safely. Runner goes. Hit in the air, right field. Aquino under it, and Aquino makes the catch. That ends the top half of the 7th. It's stretch time here in Cincinnati. And the home team being rooted for well. The home team Reds lead at 3-1 going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's Tucker Barnhart coming into bat.
The catcher, Tucker Barnhart.
First pitch from Genesis Cabrera is a strike. Gets 0-1. Barnhart switch hitter batting from the right side of the plate. 8-9-1 hitters due up
No ball, 2 strikes.
for the Reds. It'll be Tucker Barnhart, then the pitcher's spot, then back to the top for Jesse Winker. And there's been no activity in the Reds bullpen, really, to this point. Strikeout out of the bullpen. Barnhart, the latest victim. That's the first out of the bottom of the 7th inning.
Your attention, please.
And Bauer's
Pinch hitting for the Reds.
day is over.
Number 6.
Phillip Ervin will come off the bench to pinch hit. And he'll bat with the bases empty, 1 out, and his team up by 2 runs. First pitch. Strike 1 right over the middle of the plate. Those are Irvin's pinch hitting statistics from 2019. 7 homers off the bench. And look at that. That's a base hit for Ervin. Bader picks it up, throws it in. Ervin content with a single. And he's aboard with 1 out, the top of the order, coming back up to the plate.
Up next for Cincinnati, the center fielder,
Jesse Winker, center fielder, comes up. Singled in the first inning, has a walk in this game as well. First pitch to him is outside, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
1 out single by Phillip Ervin sets up Winker's at bat. Genesis Cabrera now pitching in his 3rd inning. 1-0 pitch. Popped up and foul, counts even 1-1. Cabrera came in to relieve Carlos Martinez in the 5th inning. That was when the Reds scored 3 runs. And he's been pitching ever since, grounded. Wong to DeYoung, back to Goldschmidt. That's a double play of Jesse Winker, and that ends the 7th inning. Cardinals get no runs on a hit and leave no runners on base. After 7 full innings, it's the Reds 3 and the Cardinals 1. And here comes Amir Garrett,
number 50.
getting his first appearance of the 2020 season. Did not pitch in either the first game of this series on Thursday or the second game yesterday. Genesis Cabrera, his outing out of the bullpen is also over. Lane Thomas will bat in the pitcher's spot. 9-1-2 due up for the Cardinals. It'll be Lane Thomas, the pinch hitter, and then Dexter Fowler and Colton Wong. Amir Garrett coming into the game. The minimum 3 he'll face is now the righty Thomas. He'll face the switch hitter and Fowler, and then he'll face the lefty and Colton Wong. Those are the 3 batters he's required to face this half inning. 1-1. Swing and a miss, count 1-2. Lane Thomas, 24 years of age. Outfielder with the Cardinals. And chases that pitch. Right out of the bullpen, Amir Garrett gets a strikeout. And there's the final score line for Trevor Bauer. 7 full innings, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits. Walks were a bit tough. He walked 4 in his outing, but made up by the fact that he struck out 9 batters. In line for the win, should the Reds hold the lead. That pitch misses outside. That's ball 1. And at this point in time, Carlos Martinez, part of the losing decision right now, and that's still barring a Cardinals comeback.
2-0.
Cardinals still have 5 outs to work with. Here comes the 2-0. That's a strike. Count is now 2 balls and 1 strike on the switch hitting Dexter Fowler, batting from the right side of the plate. Fowler made his major league debut of the Colorado Rockies, was a 2004 14th round draft pick. Made his debut in 2008 with the Rockies. Lines that pitch foul. Played for the Houston Astros for a season and then signed a deal in free agency with the Cubs. Played there in 15-16, won the World Series with them, and has been with St. Louis ever since the 2017 season. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Got him swinging. Amir Garrett has now struck out 2. And here's a full starter comparison for you. Carlos Martinez. 4 innings pitched, 3 earned runs in that time on 5 hits. Trevor Bauer, 1 earned run on 3 hits and 7 innings pitched. Colton Wong will bat, 2 outs. Base is empty. Amir Garrett has struck out 2 in this half inning. This is his first appearance of the 2020 season, and this is his first inning out of the bullpen.
Nope, that's a ball.
That's a ball. Counts now 2 balls and no strikes. Colton Wong, 29 years of age. Made his debut with the Cardinals in 2013. Came up on August the 16th of 2013, and he was their starting second baseman in the World Series. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Amir Garrett strikes out the side. And the top of the 8th inning is over. No runs, no hits, nobody left on for St. Louis. Going to the bottom of the 8th, Cincinnati 3, St. Louis 1. Alex Reyes coming out of the bullpen for the Cardinals. This is his first appearance of the 2020 regular season. Didn't pitch very much last year. He's a starting pitcher prospect. Or at least he was, but like most pitchers coming up who are young, sometimes bullpen work is required before earning a starting position. So he's coming out of the bullpen to start the 2020 season. Here's Joey Votto. Votto homered in the 5th inning that gave the Reds the 3-1 lead. The only run scored by the Cardinals was on a Matt Carpenter RBI double. And Votto quickly down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Votto has doubled and homered in 3 at-bats. Having a quality day today. 0-2 pitch from Reyes. Swing and a miss. That gets away from Molina. Votto hustling. Throw from Molina. Not in time. Votto strikes out, but he'll reach on the wild pitch. So that's exactly how he'll score that. Draw a line over to first. Right KWP. That means strikeout, wild pitch. Votto wanted to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Eugenio Suarez. 1 for 3 this afternoon. Batting with a runner on, first pitch. That also gets away from Molina. Votto going to try to stretch it. And Votto has now collected 2 bases on wild pitches. Reached first on a strikeout wild pitch and advances to second now on this one. And that's tough for Molina. That hit off his thigh. Not a consistent part of the body to block a pitch on. It won't always fall in front of you when it hits off your thigh. You usually want to get it on the bottom of the chest protector or toward the middle or upper part. Now Votto in scoring position with nobody out. 2-0 pitch coming to Eugenio Suarez. Hit foul, counts 2-1. The Cardinals won the first 2 games of this series. Came into this game with an opportunity to sweep. But the Reds have the lead late in the game. That's a strike, counts even, 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Alex Reyes. Getting ready to throw the 2-2. That's popped up and foul, so the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Reyes now with 2 strikeouts. And if you're wondering where the second out is, it's not there. Votto's on second because he reached on a wild pitch to begin the inning after striking out. And now with 1 out, here's Mike Moustakas. No hits in 3 at-bats at this point in the game. First pitch.
Nope,
That's low, ball 1. Moustakas is now 2 for 9 in the series against the Cardinals. His 4th plate appearance of the game. That pitch fouled off, count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch misses, counts 2-1.
Count is 2-1. Ball, that's out.
That misses, counts 3-1, and Nicholas Castellanos is on deck.
Nope. Ball 4.
Now back,
Alex Reyes
the left fielder.
allowed Votto to reach after throwing a wild pitch. And right there, Mike Moustakas just walked. Here's Nicholas Castellanos. That misses inside, ball 1. Alex Reyes, this is his first inning out of the bullpen. Having some trouble here. Struck out 2, but has walked 1 and let the runner reach on a wild pitch. And now, Castellanos in a hitter's count, 2-0. Castellanos 1 for 2 with a walk in 3 plate appearances. Two-0 pitch. That finds the zone, and Reyes with a strike now in the count. 2 balls and a strike on Castellanos. Here's the pitch. That's high, and Reyes now struggling. 3 balls and a strike. That's too high, ball 4, and that's the second issued walk from Alex Reyes to the Reds, and now the bases are loaded. And 1 out in the inning. Cardinals with some decision-making to have made. Ugh. Here's Freddie Galvis. 0 for 3, popped out in the 6th inning. Grounded into 2 double plays prior to that. Cardinals could use that here, and Galvis
Ball 1, no strike.
would commit a rare feat if he were to ground into 3 double plays in a game. Popped up. Foul ground. And 1-1's the count. On 1 pitch. Chased it. Reyes ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 22 pitches thrown by him in this half inning. Votto on 3rd. Moustakas on 2nd. Castellanos on 1st. And Galvis chops that pitch foul. Aquino's on deck for the Reds. Scoring any type of double play or other unique situation. Check swing, and just barely didn't go around. Crucial spot here for both teams. 2-2 pitch to Galvis. On the ground, Goldschmidt. DeYoung back to Goldschmidt. Galvis has grounded into 3 double plays in this game. The second one that's ended an inning, and none more crucial than this situation. The Cardinals escape a bases-loaded situation with 1 out, and going to the 9th, it's still a 2-run game.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for
Raisel Iglesias
number 26.
now pitching for the Reds. He's the Reds' closer, coming in for the first time this season.
Leading off for the Cardinals. The first base
This is the first save situation he's been in this series. And gives up a leadoff single to Paul Goldschmidt.
the bat, number 11. Shortstop, Paul DeYoung.
So now the Cardinals have the tying run coming to the plate in Paul DeYoung. DeYoung has homered in this series, is 1 for 3 in today's game. First pitch to him. That's a strike. It's 0-1. DeYoung hitless in his career, though, against Iglesias. That's outside. Counts even. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cardinals lead the series now 2-0, and this is the final game of this series between these two. That pitch misses inside. Counts 2 balls and a strike. The Cardinals escaped a bases-loaded 1-out situation last half inning. And they're in the best position now, under the circumstances, to make a comeback in this game. That pitch misses up high, counts full 3-2. Matt Carpenter, the one with the lone RBI for the Cardinals, is on deck. And a strikeout there. Paul DeYoung down on strikes. And that's the first out here in the top of the 9th.
Matt Carpenter.
The Reds worked 2 walks and then had Joey Votto hit a 3-run home run toward the middle of this game, and that's how they have the lead. Top 9, 1 out. Matt Carpenter now representing the tying run. Swings and misses. Strike 1. His lone hit was an RBI double. The only run scored by the Cardinals to this point. This is a save situation for Iglesias. Paul Goldschmidt led the inning off with a walk, and then Paul DeYoung struck out last at bat. 1-1 count on Matt Carpenter now. That's a strike. Reds in position to avoid getting swept by the Cardinals. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Counts even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Cardinals' third baseman. That misses low. And now there's a full count. Yadier Molina is on deck. That's ripped to right field, down the line. Foul ball. Wow. That was almost a game-tying home run. 3-2 pitch again. That misses low, ball 4. And one of the next best things for the Cardinals, not a game-tying home run, but Carpenter works a walk. Paul Goldschmidt advances to second on the play. And now the tying run's on base. Here's Yadier Molina, hitless in 3 at-bats. That's inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. And that's ball 2. Raisel Iglesias gave up a hit to Paul Goldschmidt. He's on second. And walked Matt Carpenter. On the ground right side and foul. Matt Carpenter did walk, but he hit a foul ball that had the distance to be a home run down the right field line. It would have tied the game. Raisel Iglesias struggling in this save situation. 3 ball, 1 strike count on Molina. On the ground and foul. Now they count full 3-2. That's a foul ball. Full count pitch coming again. That misses high. That's the second walk issued by Raisel Iglesias.
Now back, left field.
And now the Reds have a big problem. The tying runs in scoring position in the form of Matt Carpenter at second base, and Yadier Molina is the go-ahead run, and Iglesias stays in the game. That misses ball 1. The Reds got the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th inning and failed to score. Now the Cardinals have the bases loaded and the tying run in scoring position. That misses, and the count is now 2 balls and a strike on Tommy Edman. Two-one pitch. That's a strike. Counts even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Goldschmidt's on third. He singled to begin this inning. Carpenter on second. He walked, and on first for the Cardinals is Yadier Molina. And the count now full 3-2, and the tension continues to build. Three-one. That's ball 4. Raisel Iglesias has walked the batter and forced a run in from third, and he remains in the game. That's the 3rd straight walk issued by Raisel Iglesias. And a strike called there to Harrison Bader. And now the tying run, Matt Carpenter is at third base. Molina's at second, Edman at first. As Harrison Bader down on the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Softly hit, base hit into left field. Castellanos picks it up. Carpenter scores from third. And this game is tied at 3, and Raisel Iglesias has blown the save. First hit of the afternoon by Harrison Bader. Molina advances to third. Edman advances from first to second. And that's it for Raisel Iglesias. Here's Robert Stevenson. Pitched earlier in the series out of the bullpen. Hasn't given up a run yet, but in one of the hardest spots in baseball, not quite the hardest. But bases loaded and 1 out. Tyler O'Neill comes to the plate. Strike 1 called. So Carlos Martinez off the hook for the loss now. Trevor Bauer has been stripped of the win. He gets a no decision, and O'Neill rips that pitch to right center field. Back at the wall. Winker, he's not going to get there, and that's going to one hop over the wall. Molina scores from third. Edmonds scores from second. Bader moves from first to third. That's an RBI double off the bench by Tyler O'Neill. And the Reds have blown their lead. It's now 5-3 Cardinals. Still 1 out, 2 runners in scoring position. Back to the top of the order for Dexter Fowler, 0 for 4. Now Stevenson on the hook for the loss. That misses, counts even 1 ball and 1 strike. But poor Trevor Bauer pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 earned run on 3 hits, struck out 9, and he gets a no decision. 1-1 pitch. The Reds had led until the middle part of this game. The Reds had led from the middle part of this game when Joey Votto hit a 3-run home run. Gave the Reds a 3-1 lead over the Cardinals. Stevenson gets a strikeout there.
Colton Wong.
Two outs, there's Colton Wong. Still 2 runners in scoring position. Tyler O'Neill, though, with a big RBI double. That gave the Cardinals the lead. Harrison Bader on third base. Hit the game-tying RBI single with the bases loaded. Fouled off, counts 0-2. The Reds blew a lead that it had, blew a 2-run lead entering this inning. Raisel Iglesias walked 4 batters. Walked 3 batters, gave up a hit to Paul Goldschmidt. One-two pitch. That hit up in the air. Center field, there's Winker. He'll make the catch. But not an inning to celebrate for the Reds. 4 runs scored by the Cardinals. And going to the last half of the ninth, the Cardinals now have the lead. It's 5-3.
Your attention, please. Now pitching.
Giovanni Gallegos,
Number 65.
named closer of the Cardinals, is going to come out. And he'll pitch. This is his 3rd save opportunity of the 3-game series. And he'll face the bottom of the Reds' order.
The right fielder.
Aristides Aquino, Tucker Barnhart, and then the pitcher spot. 0-1. Hit in the air. Aquino's is 0 for 1, but 0-0 pitch is hitting to right field. Played by Dexter Fowler, and on 1 pitch, 1 out is recorded.
Now batting, catcher, Tucker Barnhart.
Barnhart takes ball 1 against Gallegos. Gallegos came to the Cardinals from the New York Yankees. He was involved in the deal that sent Luke Voit from the Cardinals to the Yankees. Count now 2-0 on Tucker Barnhart. Pitcher spot on deck. Still a plethora of bench bats for the Reds. That's a strike. 3-1's the count. That's outside, ball 4. And now the Reds at least get the tying run up to the plate.
The pitcher, number 55. Robert Stevenson. Your attention, please. Pink hitting for the Reds. Number 12, Kurt Valley.
Kurt Casale, the other catcher on this Reds roster, will come off the bench, and he'll pinch hit. Popped up in the air, and that'll get foul. Counts 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. Now it's 1-2 on Casale. Barnhart on first base. 1-2. Chop foul. Count still 1-2. Cardinals scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning to take the lead. Raisel Iglesias got hit with a blown save, and Robert Stevenson in line for the loss. This is a safe situation for Gallegos. Swing and a miss, 2 outs. Cardinals in a position to sweep the Reds in this 3-game series. Jesse Winker, the final chance that the Reds have. The Reds have 1 more out to work with. Don't have any more outs to spare. That's a strike, 0-1. This is an NL Central Division matchup. At least you could say it's exciting. Depending on what your side you're on, you might not say it was a good game of baseball played. Here's the 0-2. That's inside, ball 1. One-two pitch coming from Gallegos to Jesse Winker. Pitch. Strike 3 called. Ball game's over, and the Reds unable to hold on to a lead. Cardinals come through in the clutch in the top of the 9th, stringing together walks, base hits to score 4 runs. And the Cardinals have swept the Reds here in Cincinnati to begin the 2020 season. Cardinals scored all 5 runs inside the park, didn't hit any home runs. The only runs scored by the Reds were on the Joey Votto home run, the 3-run home run. They're in the 5th inning. A ball game to remember for the Cardinals getting the sweep, and a ball game to forget for the Reds. Alex Reyes, who came out of the bullpen, gets the win after getting out of that bottom of the 8th inning with no runs scored after the Reds got the bases loaded. Raisel Iglesias gets 1 out in his save attempt. He gets hit with a blown save, walked 3 batters, and gave up all 4 earned runs in that top of the 9th inning. He gets hit with the loss, and Giovanni Gallegos gets the save. Pitched 1 inning, didn't strike out, or struck out 2 batters, and gave up no hits. Walked 1, but didn't come back to bite him. Player of the game is Gallegos for getting the save, but there's some notable offensive players for both teams. Joey Votto, the largest highlighted player, got 3 RBIs in that home run, also hit a double in the Reds' loss. And Matt Carpenter got an RBI. He got the first RBI for the Cardinals back in that 4th inning. Tyler O'Neill came off the bench, hit an RBI double. Tommy Edman walked, got an RBI. Harrison Bader hit an RBI single. Just a concentrated effort late in the game for the Cardinals to come back and score, and they beat the Reds. Certainly can be attributed to the 3 walks that Iglesias issued, but at the same time, Clutch hits by O'Neill and Bader. And the job got done for the Cardinals. Final score lines, St. Louis 5 runs on 6 hits. Cincinnati 3 runs on 6 hits. Don't forget, coming up at 4:10 Eastern Time, Pirates playing the Rays in an interleague matchup. The Pirates lead that series 2-0. So Game 3 of that one coming up at 4:10 Eastern. You can check that out. You've been watching Major League Baseball Virtual Network. I'm Nicholas Callis. This game has been brought to you by MLB The Show 20.